owners meetings wrapping up. Kyle Shanahan spoke today and was actually much more transparent than John Lynch. God love Kyle Shanahan. First thing he said is that Trey Lance is ready to start. Those words actually came out of Kyle Shanahan's mouth. They didn't name him the starter, but he said he's ready to start, which is something. So Trey, I almost called you Trey. Amin, what do you think? What's your reaction of Kyle Shanahan saying that today?
I mean, obviously that's a good sign, right? Because Kyle Shanahan, obviously he's the coach. He feels like Trey Lance is ready to start. But my question is, like, what happened from last year to this year that, like, led you to say that to the media and say, okay, yeah, Trey Lance is ready to start? Because last year, we remember talking about when Jimmy Garoppolo was struggling in Seattle and when he was struggling against Tennessee and when he was struggling, and we were like, all right, is Trey Lance going to come into the game? Is he not going to come into the game? And Kyle never put Trey Lance in the game. And Jimmy would struggle sometimes really, really badly, and Trey Lance would never go into the game.
They were blown out Jacksonville, and they didn't bring in Trey Lance until way late.
They didn't bring in Trey Lance until like 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. So like my biggest question is like, what led you to say this to the media when it's not even training camp yet? We're still, draft is coming up in a month. Like, what has Trey Lance showed you during the off season for you to say, yeah, Trey Lance is ready to be the starter, right? Now, obviously, I wanted to be the starter. I know many of us want to be the starter, but I just don't know why Kyle Shanahan just randomly decided to say this during the offseason when he didn't have faith in Trey Lance last year to start. He didn't put him in games where Jimmy Garoppolo would struggle really badly. So I honestly don't know why Kyle Shanahan said this randomly during the offseason today, and he said, oh, finally, I think Trey Lance is ready to start.
What do you think, Coach?
I mean, also ready to start doesn't necessarily mean he will start him. Right?
That's what I'm saying.
right. Like,
ready to start? Okay.
Doesn't it sound like we have two starters? We have.
He said three. He said they had three quarterbacks ready to start. He threw Nate Sudfeld in there too.
Yeah. Nate Sudfeld's the perfect quarterback. Like if you want to do what Philadelphia did, if you're looking to tank, like if you're looking to get that draft pick, like that's. Yeah. Like so, it might be nice if you get that on the roster. If they have like a 2019 year again, and they get all injured. Okay, put in Nate Sudfeld, and you're not going to get the first round pick. That's going to be great, but maybe your second round pick will be like the second. But I think I don't know. It doesn't mean anything. He says he's ready to start. It doesn't mean if he'll actually start him. And even all that playing time stuff to me even started in the preseason because they didn't even give Lance that much time in the preseason. You get like what he got like you get like a quarter, and then what the final game did he get like maybe a quarter and a half or 2 quarters or something like that when like really he needed to play the whole game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So my takeaway here is like with you guys, one, that's not the same as naming him a starter. Saying he's ready to start,
yeah,
cool. That's not the same as naming him the starter. And to Amin's point, nothing has changed. Like Jimmy Garoppolo had 9 fingers and a messed up shoulder 2 months ago, and the Niners were like, not ready. 2 months pass, he just goes and does a little work with John Beck and Tom House or whatever, and that's that. He's ready. Like, so the plan was, first of all, he was ready last year. That's my main takeaway. Come on. Nothing has changed. He was ready last year. I watched him in training camp. He was a little rough around the edges, but so is Jimmy. He was ready last year. They had some plan. They thought they were going to trade Jimmy. They thought they would start Jimmy all year and that they would either win the Super Bowl or they'd trade him for something, and neither has happened. So now all of a sudden, Trey Lance is ready. Funny how that goes.
Yep.
Double B Studio says, obvious that Kyle wants Trey and John wants Jimmy. It does seem like Kyle is more willing to say, yeah, I mean, it's why we wanted to trade Jimmy. I mean, we like Trey.
I don't think the issue is necessarily that John wants Jimmy. I think the issue is that like the roster wants Jimmy. Like that's what he's fighting. He's not fighting John. He can just play. He can play Trey if he wants, and John's one person. Like it's the roster.
But John is like the voice of that locker room too, in a sense. Official BNA Music 88 says Amin 100. Grant started the kid before Kyle and John. Don't forget it either. Don't forget it. Double B Studio says maybe Lynch botched Jimmy trade to keep him. Maybe. Ben Myerson says Amin the dream. Lots of exclamation points. Shout out Ben. He's at Florida State right now with a lot of the 49er scouts apparently.